So for me, microaggressions are things that are like either like some kind of one of our ists, of like sexist, homophobic, racist, something like that. But that quality of what is said isn't immediately apparent to the person that said it, or necessarily the people around them, but is present to the person who it is offending. Like, yeah. So it's pretty offensive to the people who hold these identities, but not necessarily to the people around them. I worked here as a tour guide my freshman summer. I had been doing tours, doing the whole thing, all that good stuff, just having tour after tour after tour. I had just gotten to the front desk. I was getting ready for my next tour, and this family comes up to me, this dad wearing like a Texas A&M hat. He comes up to me out of everyone else that is sitting on that desk, and he goes, "You look like you must play football here. Do you play football here? Could you answer the questions for me about sports?" And I was just like, I actually don't play any sports here, so I don't really think I would be very apt to answer your question. And then I pointed to a tour guide who did play sports, and I was like, they can answer your question. And then I sat back down at the desk, and I was talking with Lisa, who works at the front desk, and some of the other students who were working back there, and I just go, damn, I really hate it when people just assume because I'm a black man that I play sports. And it was like one of the first times I just like really vocalized it, and like it wasn't meant to like shame this man or like make him feel awful. It was just me venting like a frustration, but the way it came off was that way because this man did hear me. Like he heard me say that, and he like came up to me afterwards. I was like, I didn't mean to like actually like I wasn't trying to assume that. I just thought like because you're like a big guy that like maybe you played sports and like really trying to backpedal his statement. But I was like, dude, you can tell me whatever you want. Like the intentionality at this point doesn't really matter. It's like just gonna put it off spot on my day. Like I'm gonna think about it for a while now. And like he even like tried coming on my tour. Like at the end of the tour was like, you spoke so well about the school, which is another thing. And I'm just like, wow, you're really putting your foot in your mouth even as you try to apologize. Like you're really just like making a whole bunch of assumptions this whole entire time. And I feel like he's not gonna learn anything from it. And that was like really one of the times where I was just like, is this just a losing fight? Like, is it worth me expending my energy to talk to people about it if, like, truly I'm just gonna have to be like, everything you've said to me since we've started talking has been some form of microaggression, and I don't know how you're gonna fix that. I shouldn't be have to be sensitive to someone who's like actively making me feel uncomfortable and actively making me feel bad. Like, why are their feelings even mattering to me? I sometimes think it's the right move to try to get people to think and like not immediately just turn off and shut down and go into like defensive mode of like I'm not racist, I'm not racist, I'm not racist, but also like it's really annoying because it feels like you just have to put in even more emotional labor when someone already made you feel bad. Like you already feel like shit, but now you're just like, well, now I don't want them to feel like shit, and you're just like, well, maybe they should feel like shit. Why can't we treat each other kindly and like try to make people feel inclusive? It's going to take less energy out of your day to try to change the way you're speaking to this person to make them feel like they are a person than it is the nights they're going to spend thinking about this. And like to you it might just be this one time I said something to someone, but to them it's like the ninth time they've heard it today, and they just keep having to deal with this and keep having to hear people just be like, oh, it's not a big deal. But like when you hear it's not a big deal over and over again, you're just like, well, I guess I don't matter. And I think that this world could benefit from a lot more kindness.